My name is Dame. I'm a senior. I'm from Quito, Ecuador, and I studied literature and public action. My plan at Bennington was to explore writing as a means to promote social change. And so most of my work at Bennington focused on writing about human rights, migration, and feminism. And for my advanced work, I also wanted to do that. I wanted to write about something that I was really passionate about and something that I really cared for, and I decided to write an investigative journalism article about violence towards women in Ecuador, um, which is something that I was really passionate about. So I decided to do an independent study during one of my fieldwork terms, which basically means that during one of my fieldwork terms, I conducted research instead of doing an actual internship. And I went home to Ecuador, and I conducted research on machismo, on sexual violence, on gender violence, on gender inequality. I read a lot of Ecuadorian law regarding human rights and women's rights. Um, I collected a lot of data and just regular statistics about gender dynamics in the country, and I had the opportunity of conduct a lot of oral histories with survivors of gender violence, and I also met people who were not necessarily survivors. I interview parents who have lost their daughters to gender violence, and that was a really powerful experience. And after collecting all these stories and data, I came back to Bennington and I started writing this article. And it became some sort of like a storytelling project where I was telling the story of some of the survivors and some of these women who experienced violence, and I was telling those stories alongside data and interviews and my own personal experience growing up in a country where violence towards women is still very normal. And that was very liberating and that was very powerful. And I'm glad Bennington gave me the opportunity of writing my advanced work like this. I'm pretty sure that I wouldn't have been able to learn the way I learned through a regular research, um, that I wouldn't have heard these stories, and that I probably wouldn't have recognized a lot of really important things about my own experience as a woman in Ecuador if it wasn't for the opportunity that Bennington gave me to be creative and do a creative advanced work. So that was really powerful. And I think that something that I liked a lot about this project was that I was able to do that thing that I wanted to do throughout my time at Bennington, that was proof that stories were powerful and that telling stories have the ability of promoting change. And writing this article definitely proved to me that words can change things and change realities that sometimes seem impossible, and they shouldn't. So, yeah, that was my advanced work, and it also helped me realize that I probably should be a journalist after graduating. So that's what I am hoping to becoming after Bennington. And yeah, I'm just really grateful for that opportunity and for Bennington.